Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Every single day, if you're live every day for 1,000 days, it's going to be a few days where you slip up by a minute or two. Please apologize. You know what I mean? I actually forgot the title to send to my team. I was running around. I was with my kids in the morning working out, so I had a busy morning. Also woke up, looked over the Fed meeting, looked over Bitcoin. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Let's do the first thing. I did work out, though. I worked out hard. That's the most important thing. Take care of the workout. Everything else will come follow through, right? Let's take a big sip of the lemon. Put the lemon into the water, and boom, we are ready to rock. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's take a big sip. Let's stay hydrated. Make sure you're working out every single day. If it's not in the afternoon, in the evening, sometime in the morning, you have to work out. I'm telling you right now, it's the most important thing you could do for your life. It'll keep you healthy. It'll keep you looking good. It'll keep you looking younger than everyone around you while they sit and drink beer and do the same thing every day and follow into this kind of drudgery of doing the same. You are going to change your life. So mark my words. I shout out to you all. Thank you for being here. Nothing I like better than that lemon water. I'm addicted to my lemons, baby. I'm addicted to my lemons. It's the best way to be. Shout out to you all for being here. May God bless each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Every single day I create a positive environment for you to thrive. We also go over information, we break it down, and we have fun all the time. As we await the Fed hike, everyone's kind of wondering what's going to happen, where are we going, what's going down. Let's break it down for you like we do every single day. Shout out to the beautiful lovers of life here and the lifers. Excuse me. Shout out to all the lifers. We love you more than you would ever know, and thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. May God bless each and every single one of you for jumping on into the live stream. You're blessed people, and I know it, and I know it. I'm blessed to be with each and every one of you. I'm blessed to have this time. You know, our lives are going to go by faster than we realize. Father's Day is coming up. Thinking about my father. May God bless my father up in heaven. R.I.P. Jimmy Price. I love you more than you would ever know. I can't believe you're one of the gone ones now. You were the most alive guy just a few months ago, man. I love you more than you would ever know. But what are we going to do? All we can do is move on and remember our loved ones more than ever. So that's all I can do. May God bless everybody here. So look, money flowing into Bitcoin like you read about. Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP. Looks like a lot of people want to buy up cryptocurrency. Despite what they're talking about, despite what's going on, money is still flowing into crypto. Even Matic is getting a little pump. We got Uni getting some love now. Uni coming out with their V4, getting a little bit of news there. Tether pumping into the mix. But mainly Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP. You can see how the bigger gainers. There's a big atom buy right there, a big Cosmo circle. There's a little chain link coming on into the game. And yeah, it is what it is. Shout out to you all here for being here. What a blessed time it is to be alive. And I go over that all the time because it is blessed for us to live on this beautiful planet and on this beautiful life that we share each and every day with these wonderful animals, right? I watch Animal Planet all the time. I don't watch a lot of violent films anymore, and I barely get to watch TV. When I do wind down, I like to watch a documentary about elephants. I was walking a hippopotamus like the other night, reading about the hippos. You know, one of the oldest beings in the world. If anyone can guess what animal the hippo was somewhat related to, if you can guess what animal the hippo was related to, we'll do something cool. Shout out to the 300 people on the live. God bless each and every one of you. 103 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watches. Let's go, baby! Let's go! Stay motivated every single day. I can't keep my motivation in. Woo! It just feels good to push it out. It feels good to stay on topic. It feels good to be on point with your life. May God bless you all. Whales, my man, Jesus Coronado said the whale. How he knew that? The whale and the hippo are connected. Isn't that funny? They were almost the same prehistoric animal, but one went to the ground, one went to the water. Whales and hippos. Wow, we got a smart group of people here because that's like some, kind of like hidden little gem there. You guys know whales, man. So unbelievable. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 119 likes. I used to get 119 likes before the countdown even ended. We used to get 150 likes before the countdown even ended. Let's get real. Let's not go backwards. Let's go forward. I show up every single day. Pay me that respect. I'll pay you that respect. If I was watching you, I'd be hitting that like button to support you because I love you and I want you to know that other people care about you. I love you all. Let's do it together. You guys got me from three watching me. 3 people who used to watch me. 3 people when I started. Then it was 5. Then it was 10. Then it was 20. Then it was 30. Then it was 100. I couldn't believe I got to 100 people viewing. Now it's getting to another level. It was you, each and every one of your loyalty, each and one of your love that got me to this level. Don't withdraw your love. I need the love, baby. I need the love. I live off love. All right? So let's break it down. Right now, we still are in somewhat of a descending triangle. If we make this flat bottom here, you see this? And we got to break back above this resistance. Otherwise, we're coming back down at least to the bottom of the pattern. We can go up and down. Now, I've seen Bitcoin break out of descending triangles, but most of the time it does not. Most of the time, it clearly does not. So I know I got a lot of lines here. We'll redraw them and get them ready for you. But what I see right now is Bitcoin inside a symmetrical triangle with the 50% shot of a break to the upside. We've been nailing our Bitcoin trades recently. They've been easy, small little swing trades on the little time frames. Just taking a little bit here, taking a little bit there, each and every time. We called the bottom yesterday, if you remember that crazy wick to the downside of the 7, and I said I'm long in this right here, and I called like this was a falling wedge, remember? I called the exact bottom yesterday on the live stream. You can say I did or say I didn't, but you can go back to the tape and roll it and be like, he actually did. That's pretty crazy. That's ballsy to be live streaming and call out the bottom in front of the world. You could get laughed at, talked about, people say whatever they want, but it just it is what it is. So shout out to everybody here on the live, and know that I'm going to keep doing this every single day. Interesting. Copper, man. So anyway, we got the bounce. We got the move to the upside. I took profits out the trade at about 25,091. I was out, and this was a little flag, but we eventually fell to the downside. We didn't make it up. What I saw was a mini Adam and Eve double bottom, which is interesting. There's a little mini Adam and Eve, and that should break up the length of the bowl to the upside, and that's what you got. I mean, that's simple. An Adam and Eve right there, a slanted Adam and Eve for gains. It was that simple to me, but it's always not that simple. Shout out to Lieutenant Dan Dangle gifting a lifer membership. I wonder if I could gift memberships. How do I do that? How could I gift a membership? I don't see how I can do it. Is there a button for me? Maybe I can't do it. I would love to give some memberships, though. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Start a Q&A. Engage. So funny. But thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. Because you're giving, number one, so it's a good feeling. It's got to feel good. Number two, you're helping my cause, which is a double whammy. And number three, it's just a beautiful thing. So thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. So breaking down Bitcoin as we do every single day, I see the 7-minute trying to get some love here, but not really getting much of a punch. We're getting tighter into this channel. It is a symmetrical triangle with a move either way, the base of the triangle. That's what we're looking for here. So we're either going to get a break up, 50% shot, or a break to the downside. I'm going to give you my prediction and my idea in about 5 to 10 minutes, depending, after we go through some TA to show you what's happening. I'm going to look at the bigger time frames, the smaller time frames, the dollar index, ES1, the Dow Jones, Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance, and more. We're going to blow your mind, and we're going to show you so many different things in the market. They're going to keep you privy to the information that you need to make the proper decision. So we're also going to look for some altcoins, see if there's gains out here. It's been slim pickings, I have to be honest, but there's still some things that are moving, like OTK up 75%, Arker up 50%, PSL up 29%, DPET up 27%, Squad, Heinz and 4, one I was looking at, up 15%. Uni getting a little bit of a punch to the upside, and then it starts to subside. We do have some gainers on KuCoin that are banging to the upside. KuCoin, the main exchange, but I also love trading MEXC. MEXC is the place to be for low fees. KuCoin doesn't have the fees as low as MEXC. I have to give, as much as I love KuCoin, they're not competitively priced with the fees. The fees are better, even for leaving crypto. When you take crypto out of KuCoin, they tend to hit you with a little more fees than Mex Global does. So for whatever reason, Mex Global loves their customers, does the right thing, puts the customer first. Even after 5 years of being out here, MEXC ready to rock every single day for you. And if you want to join either of these, the trading group too, the trading group will keep you privy to the information. You would have found all the gains that we made. People also posting trades in gold, all sorts of other things in the trading group. Jump on it today. I would greatly appreciate it. And there we go. Join the trading group, hit the Discord, or hit the MEXC link to jump on it today. Also, the liquidity on MEXC is great. You get in, you get out in 2 seconds. Sometimes I'm waiting. POGAI up 300%. POGAI, that's funny, POGAI. We'll look at that. Looking snazzy in the red tie. Hits different. Shout out to my man, DJ Flexa. Appreciate it. Well, I'm going for the Jerome Powell look. Today, we're also going to have a 2 p.m. live stream for the Fed rate hike. Get ready for that. That's going to be coming at you. Double streams today. Also being interviewing an amazing person. So we have 3 pieces of content coming out for you today. We work harder than almost any, I believe we work as hard or harder than any channel in the game with what we got going on. Shout out to my lovers of life. Shout out to everybody here. All right. P-Wag, you're funny. Loving life with the lifers. Shout out to Justin Cashmore doing his thing on a self-sustained farm in Brazil. I got to get out there. I'm flying out tomorrow. I'm on my way. Pump or dump today. We'll see what happens. Most likely a pump based on the assumptions of what we're seeing, but you never know. Let's kind of break it down for ourselves. The CME Fed Watch is giving us a 92% chance that we will not have a Fed hike. How do you know that? Well, right now the current Fed is 5 to 5.25, right? And right now that's exactly where we are. And it's saying that we're going to sit there at 5.25. We're not going to be going over the limit. So 93% chance we don't go anywhere. And that's changed even from 70 to 90 in the last 2 days, ever since, we had good CPI data. So we have more data coming out this week too as well as jobs reports, which is also going to kind of be that. Look at the 333 in 3 hours and 33 minutes. I will be back for another live stream at about 1:55 p.m. We'll load up for 5 minutes, and then we'll get in to the Jerome Powell speech like we love to watch. I actually really like watching it. I get a lot out of it. Kind of watching what the Fed does, listening to him kind of squiggle around. I find it somewhat entertaining and funny as well. I also am going to use it to run for office when I keep saying that, you know what? There was just, they're never going to get to 2%. And I'm saying it over and over and over again. They're never going to get to 2%. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to be able to run on that, because when it doesn't happen, I'm going to say, look, they lied to you for all these years. I told you they were lying to you. You can play the tape, and people are going to be like, yeah, he said it, he said it, he said it, he said it, he said it. And there's going to be no way of saying that I didn't say it. So how do I know this? How am I sure of it? Well, because of the studying. I've been studying the history of financial currencies throughout the world. And today we're going to call these crypto assets. No more cryptocurrencies, because they're assets. They're used on the blockchain for multiple reasons. They're not real currency. They can be used for currency. That's just one of their many use cases. So bang, bang, bang. Anyway, so got my vote on lock. Salute, lifer family. You're doing beautiful things, Sammy. Keep doing what you're doing. Winners keep winning, because we never give up. Exactly. They can just make up the numbers. You will have a beautiful, safe place with plenty of organic, home-cooked food. Wow. Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. So many people going to stream FOMC, but I choose positive vibes with the lifer. Life for love. Sam, the hardest working mentor in the game. Shout out to lifer Adam. We love you. We love you. We love you. Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tom Cohn. They can just make up the numbers. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Can't get 2% because it's math. I know, right? What do you think about XRP? Break it to the... You can't keep printing money and get to 2%. It just doesn't work. All right? So Bitcoin in a symmetrical triangle, 50% either way. Let's kind of look at other ideas here in how I trade to see if there's any more probabilities in the world. So right now, the 50-minute suggests that we can get a pump back to the upside, suggesting that we're going to break up. We're also got tight moving averages, and we're hanging above the 200 SMA. That gives me a likelihood that we could get a move to the upside. So I'm going to, basically make a probability that Bitcoin's going to break out today and go to about 26,372. All right, there will be heavy volatility, stop loss. So let's see if I can see a probable trade here. So we would enter the trade here, attempt to get to the target, and it has to be at 2.5 at least risk-reward ratio. We get to 25,800. Could be the possible stop loss here, which would give us 279, which ain't bad, and is outside of the bigger triangle and the secondary triangle. Gives us two areas to kind of hide from. I'd like to be below this support zone if possible. What that does, though, it puts me in a little too much risk at a 195. I don't like 2-to-1s. Really not my go-to. But it doesn't. Maybe we could push it today to try to make it slip. But so that's the trade I'm looking at. The move to the upside here to 26,343. All right. Okay. Love your passion. Keep going. Thank you. Bear flag on the 15-minute Bitcoin. No, I don't see a bear flag. I'm on the 15-minute. I don't see a bear flag. I don't know what you're living under. But again, you could be right. I'm not trying to tell you I know it all. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in and being a part of the live stream. Okay. But, okay. Sam would be all over the flag, sir. Bear flag. I don't see the bear flag. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Appreciate you all for jumping on in. Okay, so moving forward, right? Look at this. This is a symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangles break up or down 68% of the time. You know, it's funny. I remember when I first got into trading and I put my first $2,500 into, well, one of my first times trading, I put $2,500 into Great Panther Limited, turned into $9,000. That's when I realized that trading could change my life. You know what I mean? It's funny. There's always someone like talking smack, this and that. But I remember when I used to be depressed and I was struggling with my life, working a night shift, and I was wearing the same pair of jeans and the same hoodie every day. No one used to hate on me when I had no money. No one used to hate on me when I was depressed. No one used to hate on me when I didn't come on live YouTube and shine. It's funny, the second you shine, someone comes out and tries to hate on you. It's really strange. You know what I mean? But, you know, when I was a nobody with nothing, nobody gave a damn. You know what I mean? It's just so funny. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Appreciate each and everybody for being here. God bless you all for being on the live stream and hanging out with the lifers. And honestly, so here's the deal. We want to see a bigger move to the upside here. 25,971. Just based on the 15-minute, we could get a continuation push. The 1 hour is telling us, we have double top resistance right here. The safe trade would be to wait for a retest, a breakout and a retest of the zone, and a move back to the upside. That would be the safest way to trade, okay? That's what I'd be looking at. Double top right here. We have to see that as a possible M pattern that could break us to the downside. I don't see a bear flag on the 15-minute, you know, unless you're talking about this whole entire shape that I have drawn. You can see I have this broadening rising wedge that could make move to the upside. Okay, facts. Yeah, we good here. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Don't worry about the keyboard warriors. They're probably at home depressed. And, you know, when someone's lashing out at someone, it means they're hurt. Let's tell that guy we love you, man. We love you, man. Don't worry, man. People do love you in this world. And you're going to find that people will find love for you. I don't know if you were abused as a kid or whatever happened to you, but may God help you on your struggles in life. You know what I mean? When I was in a bad place, I used to hate on other people. It was a horrible thing that I did. And so, you know what? It is what it is. When you're kind of stuck in a rut and you're not feeling good about yourself, you'll do anything it takes to come at anybody. It's just a weird thing, you know what I mean? So get some therapy, get some love, and know that people do love you, and you're going to be okay, all right? You're going to be okay. You're going to make it through this tough time that you're in of depression or whatever you're going through. We're there for you, man. It's people like you who need the love more than anybody else. So look at this. Even the 4 hours is pretty flat right now. When we look at our 22, it's also showing signs of a move to the upside. The daily showing signs of a move to the upside. And my baby 3-day, which we're going to break down in a second on a bigger chart just to show you. So I do see a move to the upside. I would be wary of up and down movement just because they're probably trying to liquidate people either way, okay? And that's kind of what I see happening today. So tell them that you love them, man. Tell them that you love them. Kill them with kindness. Love is the strongest frequency in the game. No hate can beat love. So the more you love, the more you push love, the more you speak about love, the more you talk love off your tongue, the better off you're going to be, the more life you're going to have, and the more interesting way you're going to live your life. It's going to be an amazing time to be alive. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, and may God bless you all. Agreed. I saw some slight bullish divergence with the symmetrical triangle, but no bear flag. Shout out to Justin Cashmore talking about that bullish divergence to the upside. All right. To the upside, baby. So symmetrical 50% shot, you win or lose. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. And you can see the symmetrical triangle right here too as well. So we're going to look at this on the 15-minute time frame, and we're going to break it down for you right here. And this is MEXC. Trading futures on MEXC is fun. I'd be very careful trading futures. I didn't trade futures for years of my life. And I'm not going to tell you that I'm a futures trader, that I trade futures my whole life. I didn't. I made hundreds of thousands to $1 million trading just spot. You know what I mean? What I'm good at is finding where the big money is coming and knowing where it's going. Like I'm putting money into Casper right now because I see Casper with a PA is going to do big things. All right. So I'm building a huge position for 2 years from now. All right. I can swing trade. I could day trade. I could do whatever it takes. I personally don't like to day trade. It's not my favorite thing to do. You know what I mean? I like to swing trade on the 4-hour and the 1-hour time frame. That's kind of my favorite sauce. You know, and you find what suits you. You know what I mean? When I was younger, in my 20s and in my beginning 30s, and I was day trading fine. I could sit at the computer all day long. I had a night shift. But now I have other obligations, right? Like today I'm going to live stream again. So swing trading really works for my lifestyle, but you got to find what works for you, okay? Whatever kind of fits your trading style you want to do. And that's kind of how it works for me, all right? You do the same, and you'll find out what you like. And honestly, as you make more money, your trade should get broader and bigger. You know what I mean? I believe that is the natural movement of a trader. You'll start trading your bags with small time frames, and maybe you'll trade leverage too. You might have to have $100. You're trying to turn it into $1,000, right? You don't have a lot of money, so you're doing what you can. Once you have a bankroll of 100, 200, 300 grand, think about it. You can make 10% and make $30,000. So you can outtrade using spot and larger amounts. You can outtrade most leverage traders who are trying to turn 5 grand into 8 grand and stuff like that. So now sell order block around 23,000. So yeah, I could see that being we're going to be making a move up or a further move down. I mean, it's a 50% shot. That's all it is. That's really what it is. You're either going to win or lose based on this triangle. You know what I mean? And the idea is you're low on the stochastics of the 50-minute, which suggests we get a push. We also believe we're going to get no rate hike. And that should push the price to the upside, honestly. I don't like to trade Fed days. I normally never do. But today could be one of those days that we actually get a pretty big move to the upside based on what we're seeing. Do you think it's baked in? Is the Fed rate hike baked in? Or is it something that you think we have to, we're actually going to see the move? I think we got a little bit of bakage. You know what I mean? A little bit of bakage in there, so it all depends. So here we are. This is kind of where we're sitting at. And remember, no one will hate on you when you're depressed. When you're drinking behind a corner store and you're sitting there peeing in the corner, nobody's going to hate on you. You know, when you're out there shining, when you're out there doing your thing, you're going to get so many haters they're going to be like bees to honey. Haters flock to successful people. It's what they do. It's pretty strange, but it is what it is. You'll find that out in your life. So we have a liquidity here and there. Also tells us 26,400. When we open it up, we might take a dolphin dip down to 25.8. There's a little bit of a move here, but it says we could further get a push to the upside. All right. Bakage on the beach, baby. I personally think there won't be a rate stop. No, I don't think. Oh, you don't think they're going to stop raising rates? They're going to actually raise the rate. Talk more about charts and love of God. I think everybody shares the idea of trading. Otherwise, people would be here. Not everybody shares your idea of God or love. Focus on the charts. I'm so sorry about that, but I share my idea of God and love, and I won't change for anything, my man. I love you, and I appreciate God, man, more than everything else. God is my number one, and I put God first. And I also don't like being told what to do on any of my, you know what I mean? So, hey, I put God first because God is how I got here. I wouldn't have this channel. I wouldn't be here without God personally. So again, however you find God, it could be, I'm not saying it has to be through one way. It could be just a being, a feeling inside. As long as you believe we're all connected in this world and you want good things for other people, to me, that's a God feeling. Shout out to the 500 people on the live stream. Appreciate each and every one of you. His channel rules, his rules, brother. Shout out to my man Marcelo. Shout out to everybody here on the live. God is everywhere, even in the charts. The master mathematician. Praising God for you, Sam. Shout out to Life for Adam. God bless you, man. God bless you, each and every one of you. Yep. Wow. Oh, my God. And if you don't believe in God, then you may not believe in the devil. And the devil is he'll get you if you don't believe in him. That's the worry. That's the one thing that I see that could be happening. So anyway, and I do focus on the charts. Good for you. Stand firm on your beliefs. I do stand firm. If you don't stand for anything, then you stand for nothing. Right? If you're tolerant of everything, then you stand for absolutely nothing. All right? So, I'm not afraid. I used to be afraid to mention God when my channel first started. I thought people would be like, oh, we want to know the charts. But I realized I wanted to be around people that love God and love themselves. And I'd be around better company. So that's why I decided not to live in fear. And, you know what I mean? Just fear is not the answer for me personally. And that's why my channel's different. I'm going to be as real as humanly possible. You're not going to see someone kind of just faking it out. I'm going to be as real as humanly possible. So this is the trade that I'm looking at here. To the upside, if we can hold 26,000, get a move to the upside. Trying to see why this may not play out. Let's look at some bias sentiment. So we'll look at another chart, and I'm going to try to look at it like I'm going to short as a bear. All right? We'll also go to the bigger and the smaller time frames. Honestly, I see a couple things here. I'll delete all my work and the moving averages. I even see this as a symmetrical triangle, an ascending triangle. And you know what? With movement to the upside, I like this move. And look, there's a shoulder, a head, and kind of a right shoulder here. That's going to push me to want to trade. You know, the one thing we could say is this could be, I think as this man was talking about, this probably being a bear flag, this is a rising wedge. Rising wedges do break down 68% of the time, and you're at a resistance level. So that's the bearish tone, is that, you know, you hit resistance again. Could you double top and make an M pattern, right? And then break to the downside. And then the measured move will be somewhere down here, because the M, whenever you trade an M, you're going to take this middle part to this long part. What does everyone think of the chart? Let's talk about it. Are you long or short? I never really asked this, you know. Let's ask the chat. Are you long or short for Bitcoin? And I got a poll coming here. We're going to ask the community, are you long or short? Let me know. I want to know if you're long or short. You know what I mean? Okay, my man says short. Adam and Eve double top. I see. Oh, wow, I like what you just said. You just pointed out something, possibly an Adam and Eve kind of double top there. That could make a move to the downside as well. This 15-minute is super bullish. You're getting lack of bearish momentum right now at 26K. You've been holding 26K almost for about 2 hours now. All right. And just answer the poll if you want, and write in the comments that both of those do great for the chat. I appreciate that. Are you long or short for Bitcoin? Oh, I actually should have. Hold on. I got to change the. Sorry. Let me end the poll. I'm a fool here. It made a mistake. I'm not a fool. Don't negative self-talk. Are you long or short for BTC? I got to put the actual, I mean, yes and no. It's like, doesn't really answer the question, right? I'll never get, are you long or short for Bitcoin? And we'll ask the community again. Sorry, the 77 votes, I appreciate it. Just jumping into a new vote. Are you long or short? And we'll end the poll. We'll see what happens. We'll see what people say. Okay. Long since Saturday, Sammy. To the upside, my man. I'm short to the next major support level, but not sure if we make it down there now. Long, 25,350. Do you like mustard or mayonnaise? Yes or no? So funny, right? Medium. Daily bullish MACD cross has been very accurate lately. Amen. I may actually try $1 at 200x leverage. Life or Fred technique, both ways to hedge against the Fed meeting. Interesting. Long on everything for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to pull out a long. My instincts tell me the stochastics and the lack of bearish momentum can push us to the upside. Let's take a look at the 4 hour also flipping up. The 2 hour looking beautiful. The 1 hour could have legs further to the upside. I like what I'm seeing in these smaller time frames for a move to the upside. I really do. One thing I do see, though, that I did bring up this morning that didn't leave my vision. All right. Because we want to look at everything. We want to look at all the bias, the ideas here. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, complex head and shoulder that could easily break us to the downside, right? And so that's another thing that got us kind of wary. Here's the deal. Once we break that trend line, we'll bearishly retest it, and we can leave the long and just switch short. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the biggest deal in the world, but I do see the possibilities here. So you're like, if a traders, Sam, you saw bullish and bearish things. How do you know which way to go? Honestly, it's my momentum indicators. My momentum tells me where the momentum is rising or falling and what could happen. This tells me there's some momentum either way to the this is some more momentum to the upside right now. The 2 hour chart also looks lovely. I have to give it, the 2 hour chart looks absolutely lovely. But again, I still see the symmetrical triangle on the smaller time frame. All right. Is that just a Bart Simpson pattern? LOL. It could be a reverse Bart Simpson back to the upside in a way. But yes, long overall. Life for you funny, man. I love you, bro. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. Are you long or short Bitcoin? 62% are long, 38% are short. Makes me think I should short them up, right? I can figure out why hitting the like button so hard. Come on, people. The most accurate, hardworking man on YouTube. Shout out to my man, Edward Moust. Let's go long. Let's take her long, baby. Let's take her long. You know what I mean? I do like the long idea here. All right. Long perpetual. I'm going to go bigger and go lesser. 6x leverage, which is still a lot of leverage. You can get hurt 6x. You know what I mean? The take profit has to be somewhere at 25,718. I mean, the stop loss. Always use a stop loss. Always use 1% of your portfolio. And possibly coming up to 26,800. 26, right? 26,841 and change. Risk 5% to gain 20%. I mean, that's a beautiful move to the upside, right? Risk 77 to gain 274. Ain't bad. I like my odds on it. And I'll wait for the price to come a little down. Let's look at a smaller time frame for perfect entry. We're going to watch the 7-minute. If the 7-minute wants to come down a little bit, we'll give it that time. 7-minute looks pretty good with some bullish divergence here on my indicator, flipping back up bullishly too, telling me that there could be a bigger move. 1 minute needs to come on down a little bit. The 5-minute could come on down, but 26K is holding straight so far. So good. Interesting. I hit my last 3 trades in a row for Bitcoin, so it would be 3 for 1 if I lose this one. It won't be the worst thing in the world. We called the bottom yesterday for a move back to the upside as well. I'm going to attempt to limit in. Everything's all set. All set to go there, boy. And I'm going to open long. And it's going to say, okay, liquidation level we want to see is 21,769. We have a low liquidation level, right? So boom, there you go. Very hard to get liquidated, all right? And I'm using the whole kit and caboodle on this one. It's an $8,000 trade with leverage, all right? We'll see what happens here, and we got into the trade. Anytime, baby, anytime. Let's do it. I pulled the trigger. Bang! You know what I mean? Either I win or lose publicly, it is what it is. Shout out to the 576 beautiful souls in the live stream. 250 likes. Let's go. $3 in super chats. You people are absolutely amazing. Have you done the poll on the rate increase? No, it's an interesting thing, too. But let's take a look. We got 64% long on 200 votes. We can get way more votes than that. Usually we get about 400 to 500 votes. Let's keep the votes coming in on the move here. All right. And we're up $1. That's the quickest dollar you'll ever make in your life. Let's flash close and get out of this. Let's go buy some popcorn. The long-short ratio right now is 2 longs for every short, which would then move down for liquidity. But who knows at this point? Well, it's interesting. Interactive Broker is a good place to trade futures if you want. Trade the NASDAQ, anything that you want. Interactive Brokers, I had an account there for a long time. They didn't pay me to say this. I just had an account there for a long, long time. All right. Here's Coinalyze, which I've been looking at this. You know, Frankie Candles uses this, and I was watching it the other day, and it's free. And all it does is, open interest. What you like to do is hit this and see where the open interest is, right? There's a lot of people wanting to trade Wojak. Isn't that interesting? And Gall, XTC, Turbo, Raven, Script, the Secret Network, Metal, which has also been on my radar recently, Ladies, Blur, and then it kind of starts to fall on down to the downside. But you do have a lot more people that are long on these small coins just to tell you, hey, that's interesting, right? And it can tell you where there's a lot of money flowing into the market in that nature, right? So just one thing to look at. Aggregate data on the coins, on futures rates. You can see the funding rate on futures too as well. So for Bitcoin, Binance, the funding rate is positive, meaning there is more longs than shorts, right? The longs are paying the shorts. That's what happens when you open up a long on the funding rate. The fees have nothing to do with you. They have everything to do with the market. The longs pay the shorts, or the shorts pay the longs. All right. Shout out to my man John Thomas, who was trading POGAI. He nailed it. They only let me trade stocks because I'm from the UK. Pretty good platform, though, and cheap commissions on my trades. Interactive Brokers. I don't. You can't trade crypto with Interactive Brokers. It's a stock trading platform for sure. All right, for sure. Let's look at the bigger time frames now. Forget my trade. I got to be an analyst for you. The only thing that I learned too is you get into a trade, you still got to be like, people come to be for me to be an analyst, right? I am supposed to show them all the different things that could come their way. Then they make the decision. I may show you a head and shoulder you didn't see before. I may show you a diamond that you didn't notice. The point of watching my channel is I'll keep you up to date on the technical analysis in a way that you may have missed. That's all. Because I do this all the time, and I just may see something. Someone also might mention something on our live stream together as we brainstorm, and we might find it together, right? So there's a bit of a descending triangle still kind of stuck in here. It's not amazing, though. It's pretty sharp for a descending triangle. They're usually pretty flat, but we do have this double bottom area. I love this track. This track makes me feel like I'm on a safari in Africa or something. I really like this track. And then we have this kind of topping out area here. What I also like to say is we were in this channel that broke out, retested the top of the channel, and made a move to the upside, almost kind of negated this descending triangle, you know? Are you guys on the fence that we're still inside of it, or did we break on out of it and retest the diagonal trend line, right? There's two theories here. You do have to pick one at one point. I like to pick the one that's most treacherous, right? This one's more treacherous, so I stay more in the zone. I'm like more like, okay, it may not be the best, may not be the worst, you know what I mean? But I just got to look at it. What I kind of do see here too, which is interesting, is the diamond vibe here. It's not really a diamond. I think we would have to go lower. But I was playing with this idea that it could have been a diamond. You know what I mean? I pegged up on 1K XRP. Since the rate starts to increase last year, Bitcoin doubled from the bottom. Why are people afraid of the rate hike today? The page and the Frankie candles have helped my trading ton. Since I found you guys. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to Killuminati Underground. We love you, brother. What happened if the rate hike will pause? We should get a big pump to the upside, but again, it could be baked in already. That's the only question. It could be baked in, all right? And so that's the only thing, right? So bigger time frame. Let's get back out to the bigger time frames. So we have this beautiful falling wedge that looks amazing. Falling wedges break out 68% of the time, all right? 68% of the time, you're going to get a break back to the upside off of this wedge. It just is what it is. Markets should be flat until the rate hike, as everyone kind of sits in waiting. And they might even just come down, liquidate the shorts, liquidate the longs, and then start to move to the upside. A lot of times I wait for that to happen. It's one of the first days I'm ever trading Fed day. So we'll go from there and we'll see what happens in the market. All right. I just locked 600 to GDP rise. Interesting. How do you find the measured move of a descending triangle? Well, to me, I'm all about the flag, you know, and you can do conservative and overzealous. You know, the conservative move is just the length of the base of the triangle. And you should break back up to here. But I'm going to show you something different that I see that's happening. So we don't have to go back into the smaller descending triangle, right? We know that's happening. We can show you that on another time frame. I want to zoom out to boom out, right? That's my little... Because you make the biggest money, you make the boom money when you zoom on out, okay? So this is our 3-day chart that I keep talking about. It's also got a savvy cup and handy to the upside. Beautiful cup to the upside, right? And this thing could blast to the upside beautifully. Something that I'm looking at very, very closely. Now, I take the length of the pole, and I found wick to wick really does work. So my measured move for this is to the upside here, somewhere about $38,000. And what it would do is it coincide, right? If we zoom in here and we look at all the VR, it coincides with this node. Even though it's very, very small, that is a node. You can see we broke through all of this liquidity, which is kind of, once you get through liquidity like that, it can act as beautiful support. We also did retest the low 25,000s, 25,000 like 272 area, which tells us we could get a move to the upside. So that's, you know, that's support of resistance flip right there. So if you just go basically on price action alone, you got yourself a move here, all right? And then there's a high volume node sitting there at 38,313, you know. So also, if you look here at the 3-day chart, you're very oversold. Very oversold. And we even have like a Class C hidden bullish. What is hidden bullish divergence? It's when price action goes to the upside, but the RSI goes further to the downside, right? Now, it's still kind of an uptrend. See, when I really zoom in, it's still an uptrend, but it's not half as an uptrend as that. Like, they're not even close to angled. So because of that, and again, divergence is divergence. If you can continue this and you can continue that, and they will intersect at one point, they'll diverge, right? I believe that's where divergence came from, if you think about it. They'll divide each other on the back end. And if they divide each other on the back end, then it could definitely happen. So that's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? That's kind of the fun way in which I interpreted divergence. Will these lines divide each other? Like, will this line, if you continue it this way, and if you continue this way, they will, and they will. And if they will, it is a slight divergence. Whether it's little, big, or small, it still is a divergence. All right? If you could find God on any way, wouldn't that lead people to think there is more than one God? There's more than one which decides who's allowed into heaven. Honestly, you believe whatever makes you happy, man. I'm not going to tell you how to interpret God. You're going to find your own way. You know what I mean? Shout out to Connor. You're going to find your own way. All right? If you believe God is a beautiful, benevolent being, then however you found God, it doesn't really matter. Many different societies had different versions and different ideas. You know what I mean? And my thing is this. You're an infinite being with spiritual energy. I believe I'm an infinite being with spiritual energy. I'm just using this skeleton to move through Earth, right? That's how I look at it. And, you know, I believe there's a life after this life that goes way longer than this life. This life is just a very small portion of a bigger picture. But again, you believe whatever you want. Wish me luck. I just shot my first $100 on MEXC to try out futures trading. Take it simple. Only use 1% of your portfolio per trade. I guess $1 per trade. Or, you know, but just, and always use a stop loss. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please don't do what I do just because I do it. Have your own sense, have your own feelings, you know, and honestly, you can use the demo account for a long time. I suggest you go and you trade demo. They'll give you $50,000 to trade demo, and you can trade the demo account all you want, and you should try to use a small amount of the demo account. See if you can double $200. See if you can double $1,000. Once you can double the money in the demo account, I believe you could then switch to real money. Sam Price, channel content right here. All praise to the Most High. Shout out to Stack with Change in the game. Definitely the right exchange. MEXC is the place to be. Jump on into MEXC today. I'm telling you right now, it'll change the way you trade. You'll feel more comfortable trading. And we have a link right here pinned. All you got to do is click on that. That does give me a beautiful commission. I'd greatly appreciate that. Everyone that has done that, you've supported the channel in many ways. And join the trading group if you want to see what we're cooking up. You want to see what trades we're looking at, what's happening. I'll talk, you know, I basically walked us through the other day when Bitcoin was ripping. I walked everyone through multiple little, you know, scalp trades in the 1 minute. I'll go to the time frames needed at the time, and we'll use that to our advantage. Shout out to Creators Crypto, Lieutenant Dan Dangle, Stack with Change, Jamie Crine, Ricardo Alameda, Scorpion, and everybody here on the live stream. Okay. BOOKMAP still shows best. Which way are more likely to go? And BOOKMAP, I also have a link to BOOKMAP in the description below. It kind of suggests that we do go a little lower right now, but we do have big orders up here that could get pinched. So we're a little closer to 25,009, which suggests we may dip down to this area first before we get our fill to the upside. We haven't liquidated anybody yet either in a while, which is, you know, you should see a liquidation. This has a liquidation indicator. It shows you who's actually getting liquidated and losing their account. It's amazing. All right. All right, everyone. One last thing we want to talk about. All right. If you had a choice to go to the beach or go hiking into the mountains, where would you go? And write beach or mountains here in the chat. I want to know. Beach or mountains? I just want to know. I know my answer, and I'll tell you it. But what do you guys think? Would you go hiking in the mountains? The mountain will have a lake towards the top, so you can jump on in. All right, I'll give you that. So a mountain lake, or would you go to the beach? Would you go to the beach or to the mountains? I want to know. I want to know what you're thinking. Would you go to the beach or to the mountains? Dustin would go to the mountains. Wow, Tag would go to the beach, man. Ham City would go to the mountains. Keep them coming. I want to see this. I want to jog on this track. I want to see so many little... I want you guys to jump on into your keyboard. Would you go to the beach or the mountains? Would you go to the beach or the mountains? Wow. I think it's overall more mountain people here. They got some beachers. A lot of mountain people. Beach, baby. Right? Beach surf, man. Mountains, unless I can scuba dive. Interesting. If the beach is great beach, it would be the most beautiful beach in the world. How's that? You know what I mean? I think I would like to go to the beach more, but I do love the mountains. It's hard to choose. How about a beach on the mountain? You know what I mean? If I'm fishing the beach, right? Mountains have done a spirit run in a while. Amen. Amen. I like Pagoda after London. I love that everywhere. I like to see huge mountains. Also, I have a beach an hour away. Oh, that's special, man. You got them both. I go to Big Bear and then Ventura. Mountain with the lake. I'm heading to Rehoboth Beach. Beautiful. Shout out to Jennifer Moffitt on our way to Rehoboth. She's going to have a beautiful day, sun tanning, jumping in that salt water, which is so good for your body. I live at the beach. You're a lucky man. Grew up in the islands. Beach, baby. Beach, baby. Wow. 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 Okay, so we already opened up a long. As you can see, I put my money where my mouth is. We'll see what happens. I could get absolutely rocked, or I could make money. It depends. I love the mountains too, but prefer the beach. My favorite beach in Portugal has mountains. Oh, that's so nice. Live at the lake on the East Tennessee mountains. Wish the beach. Interesting. Beach, no doubt. I see the beach every day and would love me some mountains. Jesse Z sees the beach. I cleanse at the beach on my B-day. My man. DXY headed even lower than 102.75. We're going to take a look at the DXY in a second. So Bitcoin. Bullish on the 3-day chart, and I've been pointing this out over and over and over again. And I've been calling for a move to the upside now for like a month straight. The only thing I do not like is the weekly candle closing below the 200 SMA. And I keep saying we got to get back above this 200 SMA. This weekly candle has to get us back above this yellow line. You can dolphin dip, like you can spend a little time, but we got to break back above this yellow line to the upside. That's just something that we want to see happen. So, mountain, beautiful view, and walking up a mountain is feeling good for the accomplishment. Can get to either in about 30 minutes, dude. These people that have the beach and the mountains near them are lucky people, man. So blessed. I guess I could get to the beach and the mountain. I can get to a beach in about 40 minutes, and I can get to a mountain in about 40 minutes too, I guess, here in Massachusetts. I see it too. I bought the 3 Lev long token on LTC 2K tokens. Interesting. Boom, boom, boom. Bloom it. Shout out to Strax Studios. A lot of new people. Who here is new on the channel? Rio de Janeiro has both the mountains by the beach, man. My man's just doing them in Brazil, man. But everyone, where is everybody from? Let's do a roll call. Where are you from in the world? I want to know. We have 600 people on the live, 300 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watches. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I haven't taken a day off since February of 2021. The consistency is real. Just being consistent is an extremely difficult thing to do in this world. We got Portugal, we got Chicago, we got Germany, Dubai, we got Germany, we got Singapore, we got more Germany. Wow, we got a lot of people from all around the world. We got Poland, we got Singapore, Nebraska, your basement. Get out of my basement. I don't have one. I live in a split level. We got Maine, we got Mexico, we got Canada, we got Sri Lanka, we got Poland. Love you, lifer. What did you say there? Love you, lifer. Trying to find that. Been here since episode 700. I just changed my name. Shout out to Strax Studios. Okay. Connecticut, not too far. South Carolina, Jacksonville Beach, Niagara, Nigeria, Lakochi Coker, the Netherlands, Sydney, from England, UK, snow-capped mountains and beaches for me, Ohio, London, St. Pete, Florida. Shout out to Michael Goetz. Goots? I don't know how to say it properly. If you could only use one, BookMap or Market Cipher. I don't use Market Cipher, so I would use BookMap, I guess, right now. Shout out to Crypto Face, though. We love him. Think he's an amazing dude. My mom, Attic, Manila, Philippines, your internationally famous sound. Charlotte, North Carolina, Switzerland, Morocco, Spring Hill, Florida, Seattle, Washington, Nicaragua. Wow. My mom's Attic, Philippines, international viewership. Yep, South Africa, Beach. Dude, New Brunswick, LA, Canada. Wow, and the list just goes on. Pittsburgh, baby, Portugal, Manila. Wow. We got people from all around the globe here. Hong Kong, man, from Spain, but in Belgium now. Liver, did you peek at Delio halting withdrawals? Never heard of Delio. I have no idea what that is. India, bro, go to the mountains here. On fluoride air is thick, man. You feel like choking on this air here. Interesting. Peterhead, Scotland, Denver, Natick. My man in Natick, Strong Island, Greece. I love Long Island, baby. Shout out to my Strong Island people. International House of Pancakes. Ooh, God, the worst place to eat in the world. Portugal, St. Petersburg. Love you, bro. Shout out to Jamal Antonio from St. Pete. Love you too, Jamal. Jamal, man, I love you, man. Hope everything's going well with the dogs and the girl and everything. Afghanistan. Are you really from Afghanistan? My wife's family's from there. Missouri, Italy. My kids are Afghan Irish. Go Fuges. Go Tugas. Oh, yeah, Tugas. Greece. I remember the day you taught me out once. It was fun days, man. But I'm here every day. You're right. You taught me a good lesson. Nah, I didn't need to do. I'm sorry, man. God bless you, brother. Shout out to Pet Held. Peter Hyde. I don't know what that is, but I think it's in Portugal. Phoenix, Arizona, Northern Carolina. I want to get everybody in here if I can. Quebec. Wow. India, Turkey. Dude. Andromeda. Oh, my God. All the way from Andromeda. He's using Starlink. Don't forget Miami, Florida. My man. Dade County. Does Northwest Indiana count? Of course it does. God bless you. Arkansas. Beautiful town. Northern California. Wow. We got so many people here on the live. Middle East, Lebanon. Live question. How do you track bearish divergence? How do you track it? You find it. It's on the top. All right. You're rocking today. XRD when we have a chance. Shout out to Crypto Rambler in the house. God bless you, brother. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here. Okay, so the big time frame here, we want to get above this weekly 200 SMA. We fell below it, which does have me holding bearish. If we keep closing candles below it, we could drop to the downside. I'm just open-minded to that idea. I'm not sticking that has to be. I'm open-minded. All right, so this is the weekly chart. The 3-day chart is my go-to. Very bullish. I'm waiting for a pump at least to the 200 SMA here on the weekly chart, right? We got the 50 crossing the other big moving averages. We get conjoining moving averages, which also spells a bit of a move here. And that's a giant cup and handle to the upside, if you ask me. Sammy cup and handy to the upside. Shout out to the 600 beautiful people on the live. 340 likes. Let's keep the likes coming. Let's keep the positive energy flowing. Nice suit lifer. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate that. Thank you. And, you know, we're going to be here every single day. We got a Fed. We're going to come back for the Fed meeting at 2 p.m., 1:55. I'll open up the live. We'll jump on in when the Fed raises the rates. Then we'll hear Jerome Powell kind of navigate through a bunch of nonsense. It's so funny to watch him do that. We'll be looking at the 1-minute chart for Bitcoin, or maybe even the 30-second chart. A lot of fun that we do here. We do a lot of stuff. We look at BOOKMAP. It's just a blast. So jump on in. I can't wait to show you what we do. You want to have a look at LTC Lifer? You may want to have a look. Can I join the stream? Can I join stream? What does that mean? Columbia Medellin, you're in the stream, no? You want to be on the stream? Like you want to actually talk on the stream? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Let me know. Kebdina at Xi'an. Oh, he's asking where you are in the Philippines. Saturn, my man's from Saturn. Medellina. Can I go live with you? I don't know. I don't know who you are. We'd have to Zoom first and find out who you are, man. San McCrypto mentioned that Cup and Handy too. Crypto. Manchester currently. Oslo, Norway. Then he want your hand and stroke the lovely red tie. I think he wants your hand and oh my gosh. You're funny, man. The only channel on which we can rely on live, always on. Mountains, man. Thank you for saying that. I'm on like the lights, baby. I come up like the moon and the sun, man. You'll never see me fall off unless I'm deed or just incapacitated, and I hope that never happens to me in this lovely life. So the daily is starting to curve too bullishly to me, which also shows signs of a bounce to the upside in the 8-hour, which I've pointed out many times as a strong bullish divergence here. This is what mainly had me go long the other day, was this bullish divergence on the 8-hour time frame, showing signs of a pushback and a move higher than the previous high to the upside, at least to this point of control. If I zoom in here, or I got to zoom out, I guess, to get it back. But I want to see this area breached, right? Right there. That area right there, and the kind of these two highs. We eventually have to make a daily candle close above 28,500 to remain bullish on the bigger time frames. Like, this is an area we must break back above, okay? And so that's kind of our bigger time frame idea for Bitcoin. That's what I keep looking at. Let's take a look at the total market cap and all of cryptocurrency. Then I'm going to get to XRD, and then we're going to get to the dollar index, and then we're going to get to Bitcoin dominance. So stay tuned for more. So right now, I mean, we have this resistance. We went up through this level. We created a bunch of, sauce in that level. And so far, we've been bouncing off that area, all right? Now, we don't have as much as an 8-hour bullish divvy there, but it's actually a little stronger. Swing down, and this is a little flat. I mean, there still is an 8-hour bullish divergence, which says that's usually going to be your low. But it doesn't mean it has to be. But, 60, I'd say about 80% of the time, that does give you a low. We're also pattern trading these ideas. And we're inside of a falling wedge, right? Which wants to break to the upside. So this falling wedge should break up the length of the pole back to the upside here, all right? That would take us to about 1.14 trillion. And we're attempting to defend $1 trillion market cap. Like, we lose $1 trillion, we're going to fall right back here to 886. We lose 886, we go back to the bottom at 747. So where we had our bottom before. I've been working. Do you only trade TA, or do you also take macroeconomic events besides FOMC into account? What you'll find is that it all comes from the macro events, okay? Miss Teen in the house. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Shout out to Jeffrey Bridges. Shout out to West El Salvador. Smash the like, show the love. Thank you so much, Miss Teen Crypto in the house. Don't be scared, homie. Mike Dutch. There was a kid I grew up named Michael Dutcher. I think he passed away, though. Kind of sad. You're reminding me of being, Okay. Ray, North Dakota, my man. FUD, right? You're funny. It's all about liquidity. So here's the deal. The macroeconomic events I look at all the time. Like, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, the charts convey what's going to happen. For instance, macroeconomic effects affected ES1, right? Which is the S&P futures. But if you go to the weekly chart, I called the bottom for the S&P futures off of a bullish divergence. So when I saw this bullish divergence on the S&P, and I talk about this a lot, I've been bringing it up recently, swing down, I call it macro alpha, and bouncing off the 200 SMA. So if you don't break a 200 SMA on the weekly and you touch it, and you have a bullish divergence with low stochastic, right, and bearish momentum turning back to the upside of the MACD, that told me that we were going to get a bounce to the upside. We also broke this trend line. I mean, this is a serious trend that we got out of. All right, this is a big deal for the S&P. Back above 4,000. These are all resistance areas. The fact that we broke this key resistance too is also a big deal. So I saw this bullish divergence, and I called the bottom back in October for the world markets. I said, all world markets, I don't care what you trade. I see a move for the S&P. I believe there's a bottom here. And go through the history in time, and you never really see a weekly bullish divergence. Right there, we saw it. Right? And that was February. That was January. That was February of 2016. So, like, you know what I mean? And then I went further back, and I kept trying to research a time where we saw a weekly divergence as strong. There we have it, but it wasn't as strong. There we have it again right here in 08 at the bottom, right? So there's a substantial one, huge move to the upside. There's a substantial one, huge move to the upside. And there's our third one in about, 15 years, right? Yeah, 2008 to 2023. So in 15 years, you've had 3 of these big macro divergences. So that's why I'm calling a bottom for Bitcoin, because we have a macro divergence on Bitcoin too as well. So what I do is I look at world markets, and I learned that it didn't matter the asset, the TA stands strong. So as long as you figure out TA on multiple assets and you compare them, you can make a pretty good macro idea for where we're going. And that's why I bought the Bitcoin at 19,000 in front of everyone and was straight-faced. That's why I bought more Bitcoin at 16,000, 17K. And that's why I loaded up at those areas, okay? Are we pumping today or not? Only time will tell, my friend. Nobody knows, all right? Where bear gem ergens in Netherlands? Mark Dutch, my man. They make fun of Gary. Let's see the Litecoin chart. Send in a super chat for TAs and deep dives, man. If you want to take over the show and you want us to go over your asset, please send it in. Beep is pumping. 26K breached. It's been slightly breached to the downside, though. Thank you, Sean. I love you to the moon and back, too, man. God bless you, brother. Trust me. Look at Beep. I don't know, man. Something is brewing. We can fight the bad actors if we all work together. Love is much stronger than the frequency. We will eventually overcome everything else. Love is the strongest frequency of the game. I preach it all the time. Love is the strongest frequency. So that's why I've been calling a bottom for Bitcoin. And I'm one of the only YouTubers that keep saying that that's our bottom, that's our bottom, that's our bottom, that's our bottom. And you know what? I'll either go down with the ship, or people will be like, man, that's the guy that called the bottom. I also called the top for Bitcoin on bearish divergence. You can go back to the actual timestamps. Facts, Mars. Shout out to MISSTEENCRYPTO. Keeping it positive every single time. And always staying on point. Working hard, too. Please go and like, subscribe MISSTEENCRYPTO's channel. She's amazing. She's a great person. And she works super hard. And she's going to be here years from now. Let me take time out of my busy show to spotlight MISSTEENCRYPTO. All right? Because I know she would do the same for me. MISSTEENCRYPTO's channel right here on our way to 20,000 subscribers. She's almost there. It does, once you hit that 10,000, starts to move, and it's a long road trading cryptocurrency, man. It takes forever, man. Growing, I said trading, but growing YouTube channels can be, they take a long time. But over time, you're going to eventually grow and 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 grow. You just got to stay consistent like you've been doing. Look at this. A day ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, bang, bang, bang. And that's what I do. Someone will ask me, hey, can I come on your channel? And I'll go to their channel. And I'll see they post like once every month or once every 2 weeks. And I'll just be like, I want you on the channel, but like, I want to hang out with people that are the most consistent people in the game. Like, I want to rock out with the consistent folks, right? Anyway, so there's that bullish divergence on the S&P. Got us to push to the upside. Let's take a look at the smaller ideas here for the S&P. So we already went over Bitcoin. I showed you on the small time frames, the big time frames, the little time frames, and we switched to the total market cap. So the total market cap, we got to get a push to the upside here. This is a big deal here. We either could bear flag, and it could spell our demise, which it is looking somewhat bear flaggy. I'll give you that. And that could spell a massive move down to 957, even at least to this level at 973, right? And we would lose $1 trillion market cap, and that's psychological. You lose $1 trillion, it's going to get the market pretty rattled. However, so many coins got sold off. Persistence is key. You will do great in the space. Amen. Lifer is amazing. Shout out to Track Studios. Alpha has gone up 11% today. Looking at a cup on the 15-minute maybe. Okay. Shout out to my crypto lifers. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Stack McChange. My man. So that could be a bear flag if we can't get above the resistance. So it's super key that Bitcoin on a macro, on this 8-hour time frame, we get a push back above, or the total market cap gets a push above $1.08 trillion. I mean, that's a big deal. No, 1.03. Sorry, the 3 look like an 8 to me because I'm losing my eyesight from all these years of looking at the charts. It's really, my eyes are getting worse. I can't see smaller print anymore. I have to be like, what is that? And I'm always like squinting at it, which gives me wrinkles. My fam, live streamer, Sam and Tom, we need MISSTEENCRYPTO with the different times. Maybe after Sam's live. Just saying, it'll be like crypto marathon. You're funny. Mark ZG2 Wakbi Il Du Stream. I think he's talking that Netherlands talk. Alter getting crushed. Soon to be yet another subscriber for MISSTEENCRYPTO. God bless you. Bam. That's age, Sam. I know I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. But I feel younger than I ever have. And I work out so hard. And I love it, man. And I love it. And I see people that are my age and they're just starting to get the gray hairs and they're starting to get the beer bellies. And I'm like, what are y'all guys doing? Why are you letting you guys slip to the side, baby? You got to keep it positive. So here, total market cap. It's super important we defend this trend line that I got drawn here too. You know what I mean? Of this big broadening rising wedge. Broadening rising wedges can break to the downside, sad to say. Any type of rising wedge is not good. So we don't want to see that. It's funny. If you were to flip this opposite and look at it, you could see a falling wedge that breaks to the upside. You get it? But that's Allison looking through the looking glass. I don't want to freak you out too much, but there's a lot of weirdness in the charts. Like, you can learn how to trade a falling wedge by going backwards into a falling wedge. If someone just got that alpha, let me know. If it blew your mind, if you have no idea what I was saying, also let me know. I'd love to find out. All right? Andy from Big Consensus is a nice guy. He trades very similar to me too, so I like that dude. He's very straight up. Support or resistance, Fibonacci's, shapes, right? That's like, you know what I mean? I got the VRVP. I'm not sure if he uses that. I think he does too, though. How old is Sammy? I missed it. How old do you think I am? How old do you think I am? Don't tell him, everybody. Don't tell him. Jamie Scene, how old do you think I am? I love this when people guess my age. All right? So we desperately need a break out of the 8-hour falling wedge to get out of here, and we got to get back above $1.03 trillion to remain bullish. Super, super important, all right? As Bitcoin stays flat at 26,000, and you can see the futures market here just getting tighter and tighter. We do see this liquidity zone here on BOOKMAP. You can get a link to BOOKMAP. You won't get it any better or any cheaper than I put it out there for you. Links in the description below to BOOKMAP. Jump on in today. 14, I mean, yeah, you know. Oh, look at all these people saying different things. Let's see what they said. How old is the crypto lifer? All right. 55. How dare you? Get off the stream. You're not getting old, Sam. You're getting better. Amen. 46, 38. Oh, 65. How dare you? Drinking beer is genetic. LOL. 42, 45, 46 years old. How dare you? You're 36. I'm Andy's moderator in the YouTube Discord. Shout out to Hawkins' favorite Dutch. Let him know we love him. Love you and what you do for the space. So much love for the Lifer fam. Shout out to MISSTEENCRYPTO for the $5 super chat. God bless you. First time giving a super chat. Thank you. Very nice of you. 34, someone says. 23, Lakochi Coker, I love you. 17, yeah, I'm 17 years old. I've been trading for 7 years when I was 10. 41, 45, geez Louise, I'm that old. 43, 42, 24. There he is. There's my man. Lakochi knows how to butter me up. You're enough to wear your glasses and still look cool. Hint, hint. Protect your eyes, bro. You're funny. 40, 32, 43. I'm 40 years old. I just turned 40 years old. All right. Do I look 40? That's the question. Do I look 40? How old do I feel? How old do I look, baby? You tell me. All right. You tell me. You are infinite. I love that. 40 as of April. Amen. Shout out to Sean Behringer in the house. The Behringer team. You're calling me old. LOL. Hey, I'm not as old as you, so I guess so. 36, 35. I like to think I have a commanding personality. That's why people think I'm older. Crypto Lifer doesn't age. He's immortal. Shout out to Sean, man. I love you, man. It's the goatee that makes you look older. Man, you look amazing, lifer. Thank you. God bless you. Benjamin Button effect. You do look 40, but because you dress seriously, you look good, man. 40 cut out to be fast. Didn't look 40 at 40. Definitely look 45 at 45. If you don't shave, you will look 50. You're funny, man. All right, let's get back into the chats. Enough. I love it at all. It's all fun. The attention is great, but I'm here to kind of give you the facts and break it down. Let's get back to what I do for a living, which is go over the charts. All right, let's take a look at the DXY, which is super important too. Every day I want to see what that's doing, see what that's brewing. And I called a dump on this DXY. I said to it we had a bearish divergence. I called it out, right? I said on the daily we had bearish div. What is bearish divergence? We actually have hidden bearish. And you see me pointing to the downside saying that the dollar is going to take a dump. When they can't raise the rates, it's good for Bitcoin and bad for the dollar, right? And this could suggest that the dollar will slip a little bit more. And I went on hidden bearish. You got a swing up in price action. Let's see, I believe on like the 3-day chart. So look, you swing up in price action here. I mean on the RSI. You see that's a clear swing to the upside. But here you swing to the downside. That's called hidden bearish divergence. Many people don't see hidden bearish. It's something that they don't notice, right? And look, the 3-day chart is pointing to the downside, and that's my favorite chart to play. And you can see the last time we were high, we dumped. Last time we were high, we began the dump. This dump, this dump. So stochastics above the dotted line, curving back below the dotted line, usually tells you you've breached and you're further to the downside. So far, my prediction here, I was a little nervous that the daily chart would get a pump to the upside. It's in a flag here, and you're low on the stochastics. That told me we got to be, I was like, I hope we don't get this push out. But the 3-day chart is taking a commanding push down for the dollar index, and that hidden bearish divergence is in play. MACD about to turn on you too as well, and the stochastics have way more legs to go to the downside. I'm projecting a move down to 98 for the dollar. If we do that, that'd be an amazing call that I made, and things could get really, really awesome for the rest of the bull market for Bitcoin. So that's what we're looking at. Once they stop asking for ID, that's when you feel it. You know, it's funny. The other day they asked me for an ID, and I was like, really? How nice you are. Like, thank you so much for asking for my ID. Like that is the biggest compliment I can get in the game, you know? Canadian Lumberjack Month. Shout out to the Lumberjacks in Canada. And it's your month, baby. If that's true or not, I don't know, but why not? Why not? It's your month, and we love you. Shout out to the 585 lifers on the game. 388 likes, $17 in chat revenue, and 2 new members. Jump on into being a member. We greatly appreciate it. I was going to long Bitcoin, but then it was high. LOL. 25,990. The trade is struggling right now. Probably down about a few beans, right? It's not updating fast enough. That should update, right? Down 15 beans on the trade already. Okay, so there's the dollar index. S&P futures just spiraling out of control on the weekly. It's getting a little high in the weekly. I'll give you that. But it broke out. And also had kind of this shoulder, this head and this right shoulder, almost like a shoulder. It was kind of a complex head and shoulder, but I more looked at it in that manner. Let's look at the smaller time frame, like the 3-day chart. 3-day chart's also getting a little extended, and it's away from the 21-day moving average. Told you it got propelled pretty high to the upside. It does tell me there's a pullback coming for the S&P, right? We'll look at the smaller time frame to see how much gas is left here. We drew this little flag yesterday, and it popped out of it to the upside. The 1 hour looked amazing. The 1 hour actually right now says it's going to continue to the upside, at least for the day. And they're front running that rate hike, right? And we should get even more of a push. I wouldn't be surprised if we pumped up, people started to take profits, and we started to take a pullback. The bigger time frames are saying, hey, it's getting a little hairy, and you're getting a bearish divergence on. And what is bearish divergence? I showed you hidden. What is regular bearish? You got to swing up to the upside, but you got to swing down here on the RSI, telling you you're likely to get somewhat of a pullback. We could continue up one more time even to make it just one more push. But I am starting to see, you know, that the S&P, which was pushed up by NVIDIA, getting that huge pump, and some other tech stocks just getting that love. Microsoft getting pumped up to the upside too as well. Hairy doesn't sound nice. No, it's a little hairy, man. Reverse head and shoulder on the XRP. Do the ladies like a hairy back? Any ladies out here, do you like hairy backs? When I was young, I noticed my dad wasn't a hairy guy. And I got really excited for that. I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I saw my dad at the beach, and I was like, oh. And then I saw a guy walk by him who was like gorilla style. Like, he had hair all over his back. You know what I mean? And shout out to the 777s that always appears on the live stream. 777s right there. You got to love it. The 777s, baby. Shout out to my dad who passed away on May 2nd. I miss you, Dad, more than you would ever know. You were my best friend. You called me more than anyone else in my life. I missed your phone calls. I missed your voice. I missed your hugs. I missed your handshake. I missed your strong strength. I just got to keep pushing forward so everyone can remember who you are by remembering who we are together. But I miss my dad, man, and it's not a moment I don't think about him. There's not a moment I don't think about him. I think about him every single moment of the day. And I hold back my tears because you're not here to watch me cry, but you're here for me to be real, and it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, which if we can't get a break in Bitcoin dominance, the altcoins are going to struggle. And honestly, we broke up a key area, and we're going to talk about that right now and kind of talk about what that means for the altcoins and where we could see movement. You know, everyone wants alt season, even a slight alt season, but you want this to be a bear trap, a bull trap. Like, you want this to come up and not continue. But this is a giant W. The giant W suggests we could get all the way to this target here at 54. If Bitcoin has that rip to the upside, like we're talking, altcoins could either stay flat or even get hit to the downside as well. Respect, Jimmy. Thank you. Love for all dads, RIP. And, you know, Father's Day is coming up this Sunday. Maybe the first time in my life since I was like too old to talk that I didn't wish my dad a happy Father's Day. And I know it's going to be a tough day for me, especially when my wife and kids wish me a happy Father's Day. And I was the only son. Me and my dad had a really strong connection. He gave me so much as a man. He gave me so much as a man. And I feel like my heart was ripped out. And some days I can fight back the tears really well. Other days it's not as easy, you know. But there won't be a day that I don't feel that pain. But you know, someone told me that the pain means he loved me so much. Let's get back into the brass tacks. Let's get back into the movement. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. So again, when the moving averages get tight, we tend to get a pump up to the 200 SMA as well. And we did breach a big area. Like, we did breach this big zone. Resistance, came up, came back down. Could even say we made this flag here, falling wedge, and that falling wedge broke out. Made up on the weekly chart, like 6 weekly charts. 6 weekly candles pumped us to the upside. And the weekly could even come back for more here for a bigger move. So, and the 3-day chart suggesting we're not done pumping yet. God bless Sam and bring him peace and love today, man. Shout out to Captain Kirk, Coin Slinger, my man. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. And you know what I love is the love is so strong here. I don't even see the haters, feel the haters even know what a hater is. The frequency is just so high and so amazing. It really propels me to want to do more with my life. The time will help, Sam. It shows 58 on my phone. Anyway, so that 3-day chart suggests more pump is coming. You know, we may go sideways for 3 or 4 or 5 days. We may reset the daily. But wow, I mean, there's more gasoline coming, and we did break above this area. This tells me that Bitcoin is likely to continue to pump, and it's also got a bit of a cup and handle on it, right? It's got a giant cup. And that cup that's a cup and handle, if you ask me, with at least a measured move to 54. And with all the things going on, maybe they try to crush the alts one more time, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. And they can't say anything about Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't have a person that tried to sell it off to anybody. Bitcoin was just created and people decided to start buying it. They would go after Bitcoin if they could, but they can't. Satoshi Nakamoto must have thought it out pretty well. He's still with you, bro. His energy does pass away. Only these mortal vehicles do. His energy does not pass away. Only these mortal. Yeah. Shout out to Justin, man. I love you, brother. Jimmy left a legacy. You inspire a great many. God bless the Price family. If you have time, could you take a look at love? We'll take a look at love. Thank you so much for the love. Shout out to Purple Haze. Keep making him proud, being who you are, the father you are. He is watching you every day. Sammy, I see bearish daily divergences on Bitcoin dominance and daily hidden bullish divergence on US Tether. You're looking at daily divergence. I see it. You got to swing up here, but you got to swing down here. Yep. And that's what I'm saying. It looks like the daily could pull back, but the daily could just pull back to bounce off this area. You get it? And it's still, we'd have to go back and we'd have to go lower than this zone. But yeah, there is a bit of a daily bearish divergence there. POGAI moving. First super chat. Love the channel. We got POGAI. We got XRD. And we have love. Thank you so much, man. I don't know if you sent the super chat twice, but I greatly appreciate that. $31 in chat revenue, 408 likes. Let's get the likes all the way up to the watchers. Can we do it, baby? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Stay strong, brother Sammy. Thank you. My grandfather just passed away this weekend. He made my dad the man he is today. My dad made me the man I am today. Remember that. I will make my son the man he is tomorrow. Always love, man. Shout out to Scotty Swing in the house. God bless you, Scotty. We love you. Thank you for your positive energy, man. You're a strong man. At this point, I'm going full conspiracy theory. The U.S. government will not allow Bitcoin to go over $26,000. You never know. Let's take a look at U.S. Tether dominance, and then we'll get into the super chats and the news, if we can even make it. I keep the window open now while I live stream so I can smell the spring or the summer love. I mean, summer's coming. It's still spring. One more week till summer, right? The 21st. Super chats, OXO, XRD, Love, and POGAI. Shout out to Dustin Cava every Wednesday. We love you, Dustin. Thank you so much for being here with the crew. OMAC, I can wait to meet Sam Jr. one day, my friend. The lineage must continue. God bless you. Shout out to OMAC. Thank you for saying that, man. I thought about that earlier today because my grandfather only had 2 sons, and neither of them had a son. And so if I don't have a son, and my cousin better hurry up and have a son, man. Like, one of us has to have a son to keep the lineage alive. It's not easy talking for 2 hours straight every single day, but you get the hang of it. You get the hang of it. So what I see here on Tether dominance, you said you saw daily divergence. I don't see the daily bullish divergence that you're discussed. I really don't. For anything, I actually see bearish divergence too on U.S. Tether dominance, which tells us that, like, you got this swing up here while you got the swing down there. It's actually, no, hidden bearish. That's hidden bearish divergence, which makes sense because we have hidden bearish on the U.S. dollar, and I see a move to the downside here, you know, and then what that also shows me is a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder that could break further to the downside, right? So just, you know, I'm bearish right now on Tether dominance. It looks like we could get a pullback here. The 3-day chart, also very extended, and I see a head and shoulder pattern clear as day. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is a head and shoulder pattern, right? That wants to break to the downside. This is a good sign for Bitcoin. It's a good sign for Bitcoin, all right? And there you have it. We went over Tether dominance, Bitcoin. In a nutshell, Bitcoin's been flat. 25,980, still sitting flat. Let's look at my trade. My trade's stuck. Yeah, down $6. No. And I mean, I put 8,000. I mean, I put about $1,200 in margin into the trade, right? And about 13.56 in margin into the trade, and that put at 6x long. That's an $8,000 long. The liquidation level is low, 21,800. So we could see what happens here on a bigger move. Yeah, Sam, nice spring breeze here. Bias is cold weather for Overberg, Grimsden, in South Africa. Should have took a buck and ran. OG, all good. You're funny, right? Take the buck and run. I know. Maybe a diamond pattern starting to form on the bottom of the U.S. Tether dominance. No, I don't see that, man. I don't. I love you, but I just don't see it. Oh, actually, here, I see what you're saying. I see this here. Nah, it's kind of a stretch, but it is kind of a diamond reversal back to the downside. I'll give you that. Possibly, though. It's not amazing, though, but it's got some diamond vibes with this middle section. I'm open-minded. It's not amazing, though. Cold, that's crazy. I can't imagine it. I know, my man. Lost profit. I'm really sorry to hear that, my man. My condolences. I know that cannot be easy. Shout out to you, man. Thank you, Millennium Live. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. Maybe a diamond pattern. Yep. Hey, you never know. OMAC, man. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. God bless you and your family and your lineage. And may you stay blessed for everything that you do and talk about. So let's take a look at the super chats here. We got POGAI. We got 0x0, which I'm not sure where that is. I'm not sure where we can trade that. Let's see. I think it's OXO, right? Which has a smart contract here. Let me look at it on CoinMarketCap and just take a gander. And I got a busy day, man. We're interviewing the crypto lifestyle Francis Dunn who is the ordinal king, put a lot of people on to Bitcoin ordinals and really changed the game for me personally. You know, I used to kind of make content for his channel back in the day. And, you know, back in the day, I was doing everything I could to grow my channel. And I was able to get spotlighted once a week on his channel, which helped me get a little more view. Anything that can get you more, just, you know, people to see your face. Put your face out there online as much as humanly possible, any single time you can, as long as it's for the right reasons and with the right people, you know. Let's take a look at OXO. Oh, yeah, OXO AI. It's funny, I was looking at this the other day, too. Up 15%. It's pretty flat. What markets can you find this thing on? LBank and Uniswap. So when it's on Uniswap, let me teach you a little trick. You copy the contract address. You type in DEX Screener. If you know how to type, unlike me, I'm not sure how to type. But if you know how to type, you can go to DEX Screener, okay? Get verified by Cloudflare. Do the right thing. Paste in the contract address, and we'll see what it looks like for wrapped ETH. All right? Wow, had a monster run to the upside here. Wow, so this thing got busy. Had an 11x since April 2nd. Beautiful move. Started to come back down on May 21st. And ever since then, it's been in kind of a fall down area. But that's good. I mean, that's healthy retracement. What you want to do is pull a Fibonacci on this level. And you can see you're getting into the golden pocket, and which is the sweet spot. 786 is also a really good place for a retracement. We kind of wicked right there, almost a little below the 706. The 706 is a secret fib that I've added. That's not on everyone's channel, but it's on mine. You would right click, you'd hit settings, and you would just add the 706. You know, you could click any one of these, type in 0706 and add that to your chart. It's up to you though. So I see us here at this, we're kind of bouncing off the 706. Says we could get a bounce back to the upside here. And you can add indicators if you want. I just type in RSI, add the RSI and the stochastic. Simple for me. And we are getting oversold in the Stokes. Doesn't mean everything, but I look, you know, just because Stokes get oversold doesn't mean it all. But if Stokes can get oversold as you're hitting a resistance point, I mean a support zone, and you're getting some love on the Fibonacci, that's where it really comes down to a move, right? So my whole trading style is putting things together and keeping them all kind of in unison, right? That's how my trading style works. Like I'm looking for multiple, and that's how any trading style should work. You should look for multiple what are called confluences, combined influence, a confluence that show you that there's an idea that we can get a move to the upside, right? Yo, Sam, nice spring breeze here. Beautiful. Love learning. Supers, XRD, love, and POGAI. So funny, it's called POGAI, right? By the way, nice suit. Shout out to Crypto Wolf. Thank you. Contact No Go Lose agencies to be interviewed for the next crypto story. Protect your bags today, lifers. Shout out to David, a.k.a. DK. We love you, DK. God bless you. David Kendall in the house representing. I like Tenet. Tenet's on my radar. Long Bitcoin soon. Very soon. I long Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. Absolutely, brother. Every day here on 4th. A pleasure to listen to you for 2 hours a day, that you grace us with your presence. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. Millennial Live in the game. Can you validate the 1 and 2 hour bear div on Bitcoin that I'm seeing on MEXC Stochastics RSI? Killuminati Underground. It's kind of a super chat in a way, because you're asking for me to kind of go wherever you want in the stream, and I got so many other things to fill in. So you kind of send in a super chat for that if you can, you know. I try to interact with the chat as much as I can. Can you know, Bitcoin and the stock decoupling the correlation. Stocks booming, crypto holding, dumping, something brewing. Anything could happen. I mean, it just happens. I mean, they put a shadow on crypto. Look at what they did. You know, they pushed our biggest exchanges. They pushed the U.S. exchange at 78% less volume. If they did that to the stock market, it would be the same way. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. God bless you. Where are you going? Shout out to Outrage Guy. He is outraged. And it's funny, he had to put this chat out and say, wow, he asked for money, because this guy is outraged. So he has to get outraged. You see what I mean? That's his job. You know what I mean? Long Bitcoin always, a bull, my man. He does a lot, as is, bud, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'm just saying, if I have to stop the stream to go and check something, it usually should be rendering super, because you're taking over the show. I'll be watching your show tonight, FOMC, in front of the TV and cell phone in hand for maybe buy order on Bitcoin. Thanks for everything you provide for us. Wow, tonight, that must be your time, because for us, it's the afternoon. But wherever you are in the world, that's amazing, right? So actually, this is starting to kind of retrace nicely. And if you like this project and you believe in it, I like the TA and the way it's starting to shape up. I wouldn't be surprised if you got a bigger push to the upside and we got a massive move out. I think I researched this coin too, and I liked what they were talking about. I like what they were doing. I'm gonna look at the website for a second, but that's a 300% gainer from where we're sitting, and this thing's been hot with a beautiful retracement, and I can make it full screen too as well, just to give you more love here. But it's coming into a good retracement area. If it hits the 786, that would be even sweeter. What things are you throwing down that we should be picking up? Send your super chat today. Shout out to super chats. God bless you. Yes, I'm in South Africa. Overberg. Rivière Sonderen. Hi. I love you. Bye, baby. I love you. I love you too. Oh my gosh. He came to the window to say bye to me. Bye, sweetie. My kids love me, man. When you read Leverage Testimonials, you'll know you're in the right place. And life wasn't meant to be easy. I was just thinking about it, like the love, the pain, the up, the downs, everything that we battle through every single day. Let's look at XRD here, which is Erratics on KuCoin. Took a beautiful dump further down, but now that looks a lot like OXO we just looked at, right? Had a beautiful pump. If you take the Fibonacci, we're in that 786, actually trying to go to the 886 on a low. Let's look at our daily time frame. Daily's very oversold. This thing should start to make a pump back to the upside. Again, anything is possible. We just don't have a lot of support for it. So it came out. It had a nice pump. People were using it. I like this coin. Remember, I started talking about it when it was back in the day at 9 cents, and it went all the way to 46 cents. It did a 5X in like 2 or 3 days. It was an amazing pump to the upside. XRD. Gotta love that, right? Shout out to Love Learning in the house. Shout out to everybody here that just spreads the love. I really appreciate it. What a cute moment. Oh, she is the sweetest thing in the world. Brave Browser is decent. Can cut out ads, but watch them in a minute and mine their token. Yes, you'll get their token with the Brave Browser. I always tell everyone, you got to use Brave. You got to use Brave. Like if someone were to run an ad and you use Brave Browser, it's going to help you not see the ad. You know, that's just how it is, right? It's just how it is. Ideas of what to do for Father's Day on a rainy day. How do you know it's going to be a rainy day? You sure? If your father likes to play pool, which my dad did, I would take him to play pool. That's the one thing, too. I never got to play pool with my dad one last time. I was like, we should play pool downstairs, and he just was like, he was too old. Like, he loved shooting pool, man. That was one of his favorite things to do. He was really good at it. Like, he was, like, exceptional at shooting pool. Good pool players are people that have control of themselves. You know what I mean? It shows that you have discipline and control. You can't get good at pool without discipline and control. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I do see a lack of momentum. We're getting very low on the volume. Could get a bump up. I'd be wary of it just because of, like it doesn't have a lot of support. So for me, if I wanted to swing trade this or take it, I'd wait for it to break out and retest this area. The retest would be about 6453, some area like that. Or 6521. I'd wait for it to get above it. If you love the project, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? Oh, man, me and my dad love playing pool with one another, too. He used to be a champ. Playing pool with your dad, there's nothing better because you want to prove that you're good, and then you learn from him. Probably one of the coolest things in the world, right? To play pool with your father. Those are my memories, man. Those are my memories. And I have so many. You know what? I have so many memories with my dad. I realize I'm so blessed. Because that means he was there for me. He did so many things for me. He was such a part of my life. We went to the beach together. We went on boats together. We went, heck, he went on my sailboat with me. We went sailing together. We played pool together. We rode bikes together. I rode on his motorcycle when I was a kid. Just so many. Love is down in the dumps, man. I don't know what to say about this coin. It's just beat to the ground. Looks like a rug pull to me with lack of liquidity. I'd be careful of just trading this at all, to be honest. I wouldn't touch love unless it gets back above what is it? Oh, wow. This thing is like, wow. I mean, it could go back to 8 cents and do an 8X. I believe this is a rug pull, man. I have to be honest. Like that. I would cut this off and move on if I was holding it, but I wouldn't hold something like this. This is trash. Again, I'm not trying to be rude. This is trash. This is the worst chart I've seen in months. In months. You know, in months. Like, absolutely horrible. And like you got to at least get back above this resistance at what, 3.5 cents? I just can't believe how fast it fell. If you believe in it and you think it could go somewhere, but I don't know. Look at this chart. It's disgusting. That is makes me want to Earl. That is horrible. That's absolutely horrible. It is though. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but that is like, I got to get away from that chart as soon as humanly possible. Made me sick just looking at it. All right, POGAI, which is poor guy, had a beautiful pump to the upside, and my man John Thomas was all over this in the trading group. I mean, it looks a lot like Love though. So hey, I guess if poor guy could do it, maybe Love could do it. And out of nowhere, poor guy just ripped to the upside. Took a lot of guts to trade that, though. Honestly, like I wouldn't be like, oh, I missed the 177% pump. I'd just be like, could have been a pump group. I don't know. It looks like a pump group got a hold of it. Just wanted to pump it to the upside. I don't know for sure. That can't be verified or denied. I don't know. But poor guy. Will it continue? I mean, look at the smaller time frames and start to kind of assess the situation with the moving averages getting really far apart. I would draw at least a local fib here. And it looks like it could come back down to the 618 before a bigger pump if it does want to continue. That's how I would play it. You know, I'm simple. I play things pretty simple. All right. I hit 20% on POGAI. Fingers crossed. It's hilarious. Thanks for the laugh. It was disgusting, right? I mean, that was like, how could you want to look at that? That was just horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Because they give me nightmares over here. Hey, listen, let me tell you something, huh? If I have to bury a coin like Love all the way to the downside, huh? It ain't never coming back. 6 feet under for that coin, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he didn't pay the VIG, huh? Love didn't want to pay. It had to go down. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Hey, Alois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Everybody in Quahog loves the crypto lifer. Hey, Krish, turn on the crypto lifer. I haven't had enough of him. I heard he's going to be on twice today. Make sure I get my alarms on. Super chats, all clear, Sammy. Thank you for the love, man. And KUJI's on my radar. This is a newer coin that's been kind of in the game. It's been kind of just going up and up and up, doing some damage. Can it continue to the upside out of this cup and handle? There's a chance. It's got a golden cross on the 1 hour time frame, and it's in a bit of a flag here. I would watch KUJI for a possible gainer. It's such a small market cap, it really won't care about like the rest of the market. Also on token metrics, and they've been looking at it, and this thing could continue to do damage. It could definitely be something that could possibly 100x in the bigger scheme of things. And look, it was just down here at 59, and like look, it's been on a tear since March 31st when it was 42 cents. It has doubled and some. All right. Any thoughts on Trump or Hunter Biden? No thoughts. I don't want to get into it. I will tell you, it looks a little fishy and things are strange, but I don't want to get into it. I don't want to become political here on the channel. All right. I will say though that I'm looking for people to become more into cryptocurrency, and I do see more Republicans liking crypto than Democrats. But I'm sure there's people on both sides of the aisle that are crypto friendly. But it just seems to be like, I'm going to vote for whoever is more, you know. But we did have Robert Kennedy. I saw him live in Miami, which was really a good experience for me to watch a candidate live. I was able to interview Vivek Ramaswamy. I really like Vivek and what he's talking about. He aligns. He's young. He's interesting, right? And, you know, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I do think there's some unfairness going on. It doesn't look correct. I smell a rotten egg here going on. But again, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go too deep into that. I want to keep it on the charts, man. You know what I mean? I want to keep it in the charts. Bitcoin struggling, 25,950 now, coming further down to the downside. I'm probably down $12. Celebrate the first super chat from Strack Studios. It's XRP on the daily and the weekly. Please, much love. Thank you for the first super chat on the channel. We greatly appreciate it. And we're going to get to the news. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I'm not going to get to the news. We are going to get to the news. We just have a lot going on today. And, you know, I know it's going to take me a second, but we will get to the news. All right. Let me switch back to the charts. I don't want to show you the news yet until it's time for the news. And we're never Bitcoin in depth. Like, you know, take it for what I showed you and go from there. All right. And go from there. We got Binance. We got KuCoin. Let's take a look at Binance. Lifer, you looked at the MEXC chart instead of the Uniswap for love. Hey, that's what you got to do. You know what I mean? I look at the chart that I want to look at over here. Don't piss me off. Don't tell me I'm wrong when I'm wrong, all right? Don't tell me I'm wrong when I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right when I'm wrong. Don't get in my eye. And I don't know which one you want. You want Desi or love? Like, I don't know which love it is. There's two loves here. All right? Which love do you want? I mean, they both look horrible. It's on Uniswap. It's on MEXC. It's on LBank, right? I mean, it's not going to look any different, man. It's going to be down in the dumps. You think if we look at a different chart, it's going to be better? Like, this thing got slant. Oh, wow. This is a new. I don't even know. I can't even see the chart. It's so whack. It's so horrible. I'm getting out of here, man. Look at that thing. It's even worse than the MEXC chart. That is absolutely horrible. I don't know. Are you in love with this coin? I don't have the heart for the chart. I just can't garner up enough feelings for it. Damn, Sammy. You broke your rule. What was my rule, man? Wagami Games. By the way, these charts remind me of Launchpad coins. What's your thoughts on those Bluezilla projects? PokerStar. You like Bluezilla? He's a nice guy. PokerStarter, Speedify, high risk, and won't pump long before 2024 if it pumps at all. Yeah, not cool, man. I don't know. I'm not into it. I get no respect over here. I get no respect. Shout out to Little Blicky in the house. We love you. We love you, brother. We love you. Bitcoin taking a trip down right now. Yep, 25,940, but it's really just, it's pretty flat if you think about it. You know what I mean? It does look, we got more liquidity hanging down lower now. 25.90 start to kind of slip down. I don't really like to trade Fed days, man. I go against my rules, actually. Why do you want dirty, wow. Wagami Games. Please. I don't know. Well, we got to get to the news now. All right. So we got to get to the news. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's jump on into the news. And I'll be right back with the news. I will. I promise. I'm going to do it. Shout out to everybody here. My name is Samuel James Price, and every single day I do a show since February of 2021, show number 902, I believe we're on. And every single day I go over the news for you. And we talk about what's happening in the markets. We talk about in the world after we do an amazing show of technical analysis. And let's break down the news for you. Interoperability protocol Connext Labs raises $7.5 million at a $250 million valuation. Connext said it's building the HTTP of Web3 to create a communication layer across different blockchain networks. Connext Labs, a blockchain protocol attempting to enable the development of applications that can access multiple networks, has raised $7.5 million in funding from Polychain Capital, Polygon Ventures, and other investors. So you got some Matic love in there. The round, which takes Connext's total funding to $23.2 million, gives the startup a $250 million valuation, according to the emailed announcement on Wednesday. Connext said it's building the HTTP of Web3, forming a communication layer across different blockchain networks so the applications can interact with funds and data on multiple networks at the same time. Interoperability enables developers to build applications without risk of their being bogged down by congestion or high fees on one particular blockchain, a concern that is often raised of the world's most dominant network for decentralized finance. The new capital will be used to set up the Connext Foundation, which will be responsible for issuing development grants and funding to Connext-built initiatives. The company's investors also include Coinbase Ventures, Ethereal Ventures, 1KX, Hash, and Scalar Capital. So you got Polygon and Coinbase jumping on in, and they usually pick a winner. That's an interesting. I will be looking for this coin when it comes out and when we can access it, find out a little more about it. But that's some good news. I like interoperability. That's why I love Atom. Atom is a hub that connects multiple chains. That's why I like Link. It's an oracle that can be used in multiple things. It can connect chains to the outside world. So Chainlink, Atom, and now we got Connext and the like. Pretty interesting. Strike expands Lightning-powered cross-border payments to Mexico. The company says Mexico is the largest market for remittances from the U.S. Digital payments from Strike is expanding its Lightning network-based cross-border payments service to Mexico, the largest market for remittances from the U.S., which accounts for around 95% of total remittances received by Mexicans from abroad, according to the company. The service, Send Globally, will be available in Mexico starting June 14th. Wow, they're not playing games. It comes out today. According to a press release provided to CoinDesk, it runs on the Lightning Network, a second-layer payment system for the Bitcoin blockchain designed to provide cheaper and faster transactions than the base network. U.S. dollars sent across the border using the service can be received as pesos and recipient's bank account. Wow. So you're going to use the Bitcoin Lightning Network and still get pesos? Just last week, Strike CEO and co-founder Jack Mallers said the company has ditched third-party service providers and moved custody operations in-house. The new service bolsters its presence in Latin America less than a month after it established a headquarters for its global arm in El Salvador and said it expanded to over 65 countries. That's pretty interesting. U.S. Federal Reserve and other agencies continue to warn banks about crypto. The U.S. banking regulators argue that the past year of crypto drama underscores the need to keep banks at an arm's length from the industry. The U.S. Federal Reserve and other regulators issue a crypto warning from the banking system Tuesday. The statement doesn't extend to new policies about traditional lenders. They're just hating on us, and they're using everything they can to stronghold us. That's Operation Choke Point 2.0. SEC wants 4 months to potentially respond to Coinbase's request for rulemaking. 4 months. They just want to see, they have some other business. The SEC has put forth its position on Coinbase rulemaking petition. The agency said it anticipates needing 4 months to potentially respond. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission said it anticipates it will take 120 days to potentially respond to Coinbase's request for rulemaking on digital asset trading. The agency said it had not decided whether it will respond to the exchange's request and downplayed its demand for a faster response, claiming it might be due to the weakness of its claim. In a document filed in the United States Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit, it maintained that the petition should be denied. Wow. There's no merit to Coinbase's extraordinary request for a writ of mandamus to compel the commission to act on the Coinbase's wide-ranging rulemaking petition within 7 days. The commission has not decided what action to take on the petition in whole or in part, which is entirely reasonable given the breadth of the rulemaking petition and the fact that it was filed just months ago and supplemented by Coinbase recently. In the meantime, the SEC said Coinbase is bound by existing law. Coinbase request to be clearer rulemaking seeks to replace existing applicable requirements, according to the agency. The request by the exchange precedes the agency's lawsuit against the firm, which was filed last week, and allegedly the firm traded unregistered securities. On June 6th, the agency was asked by courts to clarify its position on Coinbase's petition within 7 days. Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal, who I saw live at Miami, criticized the response on Twitter, claiming it was fallacious and ignored statements made by the SEC Chairman Gary Gensler. In April, Coinbase sued the SEC to get a response to its request for rulemaking that it made in 2022. And the SEC came back and sued them. It's kind of a battle back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And there we have it. Let's take a look at Bitcoin before we get on out of here. LINA looks like it could pump on the 15-minute chart. Looking like there could be some love for LINA. It's been the funnest coin to trade recently with the most liquidity up and down. It's been fun to long. It's been fun to short. And it's had those gains. I wouldn't be surprised if LINA got a pump here on this 15-minute. If Bitcoin can follow suit and the market can get a rip, LINA may just pop to the upside here. LINA on the radar. And this coin has just been one of the gainers. We hit it about 5 or 6 days ago for a nice move to the upside too as well. LINA, very, very interesting and on my radar. And, you can see it on the 15-minute pump to the upside. So there's a possible scalp here for LINA too. I can't wait till the market's back up and running and we're just having fun. Coins are flipping and things are going well. But, they're trying to scare you. They're trying to push you. They're trying to make you feel a certain way. Do not do that. Do not live in fear. Have faith in the math of Bitcoin. Have faith in cryptocurrency. Know that it moves money faster and better than anything else in the world. And it's just kind of what we need in the game, right? It's just like Uber. It's the Uber of money. Who doesn't want their money moved faster, quicker, and better and more efficiently? So this trade is still open. You can see our stop loss, our take profit. It's a 2-to-1 trade, not the best trade in the game. I like trades 3-to-1 or better. But so far, as long as we stay above this line and we bounce off that 200 SMA, the 15 minutes still suggest a big move is coming for Bitcoin. We're going to be back today at 155 to give you what's happening in the markets and show you what's going down. I can't wait to be here for you. And I can't wait you to be here for me. So we'll be back today at 1:55. Also, we're interviewing Crypto Lifestyle. That will be up later tonight at about 7:30, and that's going to be the price report. I hope you're super excited for that. I also was able to interview Gary Cardone yesterday. Gary Cardone, Grant Cardone's brother, super nice guy that he took the time out to hang out with me. I learned a lot from him. The man has managed big money across the globe, natural gas, oil, you name it. Also made his own payment system with his wife. The guy's just done so many amazing things. Gary Cardone, very interesting gentleman here. Follow him on Twitter if you can. Give him a like, say what up. Say, Gary, we love you. We're the lifers. Let him know. He was just on a Spaces last night with Jessica Haley, who is working with Gareth Soloway, and they're doing damage together. Love that. She knows her stuff. I met her in Miami. Beautiful woman, too. Super nice. Very, very just on point business sense. You know what I mean? Looks you dead in the face. You know you're dealing with a real player. Shout out to Jessica. We love you. And, Grant and Gary were both on together. Most people know Grant Cardone. Gary is his brother. Both super successful. Gary's just more on the low about his success, but he's been coming out lately, the last 4 to 5 years more on social media. And he's just a great guy to talk to. Also, David Lin, really nice guy that I met recently in Miami too. So, and some other people, and they were talking about recession odds and, bond sales, SEC war on crypto, and more. So that's going to be that's been fun and been an amazing time also. And so there you have it. And that's Gary. We're going to come out with that interview. Hopefully by next Wednesday, we're going to use that, or we're going to figure out where to place it. It was 2 hours long, so we might give you some snippets and give you the longer version too. And it will be the first interview on my Sam Price channel. Check out my Sam Price channel. I would greatly appreciate that. That's where we're going to start doing more big-time interviews too as well that pertain to things more than just cryptocurrency. We're going to talk about health, wealth, you name it. We're going to reach out to all different types of people and really expand our reach, because I love success and wealth. And to me, wealth is, your health. Be healthy, do the right thing. I should have put this out earlier today. I want more people to subscribe to the Sam Price channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Jump on in today to the Sam Price channel. And please, I put it right here, right? And jump on in. So remember, you can join the trading group if you like what you see here, if you learned a lot, if you want to see more of what we're looking for, and jump on in. You can also join MEXC with this link. It's super simple and easy. And even if you're just spot trading and you don't want to do heavy trading, it really, really, really is pretty nice because it's zero fees. So you don't have to pay anything to get into crypto. Coinbase will take you for a ride. Buy $500 worth of crypto, they'll take $20 right off. Look you dead in the face. Know I'm a real player. I need that shirt, man. Here we go. Bitcoin getting a bounce back to the upside here. And I'm still long, and we'll see what happens. In my trading group, you can track my trade, see what happens if I win or lose. I will keep you up to date with what's happening. We seem to bounce on that liquidity zone. We got as much as we can. Now we're sitting at 26.4 as our next big area. That's a big order. I could see a short squeeze coming, but we'll be there with the charts showing you back at 2 p.m. Sure, Powell will break it down, and we'll know what happens with that Fed rate hike. Stay tuned for more. I can't wait to see you later on today. God bless each and every one of you, and may you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the viewership. Gratitude is my attitude every single day. I'm grateful for everything I have, my opportunity to be here with each and every one of you. I don't have to go to work and listen to someone whip on me. It is the best. Shout out to Tom Crown. Good morning, Tom Crown. We love you. Tom, I'm making you a moderator just because you don't have to do anything. Moderators actually have jobs here. But we don't want to make, but I just, I want to spotlight you. So when people see you, they see you see you. Let's see how you look in blue, Tommy. Shout out to Tom. Me and Tom became good friends in Miami. We had already been back talking on Twitter a lot here and there. He had reached out to me when I was on MISSTEENCRYPTO and was really, really nice to me. I think I broke down something and talked about my life, and he said it really resonated with him. That's when I earned so much respect, and I really was like, wow, what a good dude. And we've been friends ever since, man. You talk about Tommy, I'm taking you down. I'm taking you down, all right? In the nicest way possible, right? I'm not hurting nobody. I don't want to put, but don't talk about my man Tommy. I love Tommy. He's got the power of the wrench now, so watch out. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back later on in the chats. Thank you so much, everyone. Gratitude is my attitude, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you later on. I said goodbye 100 times, so it's getting awkward now. Let's have a big sip of the lemon water. Why not? And then I'm out of here for the day, or for now. I'm about to interview Crypto Lifestyle. He'll be on later tonight. 3 pieces of content for you today as we continue to move. All right? God bless. Have a wonderful time. I'll see you on the next live. My man said 2 more super chats. Luna and XRP. I didn't see them while I was doing my thing. Here's XRP for us real quick. Let me bring the music down. XRP was in a cup and handle. All right, there it is. There's your cup, kind of a handle there. Not amazing cup and handle, though. I'll tell you that. The cup isn't like, I don't dream of cups like that. I dream of nice, beautiful, smooth cups. And it didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. So we... All right, so we had a falling wedge that broke to the upside. We're still in a flag, but the 3-day chart suggests that the ride is over for XRP, and we're double topping here. So just be careful, you know. And we could actually be making somewhat of a symmetrical triangle here. We actually have to kind of come and tussle with the bottom of the symmetrical triangle. That's what I see happening for XRP, honestly. I don't see a huge move coming, but I could be wrong. But the 3-day chart's a little overbought. Look at our daily time frame. Our daily says, hey, we could get a move here to the upside, and I like to let the smaller time frames build, so we can bring this out. We have a bit of a, a falling, a bit of a flag here that could break to the upside. The daily looks pretty good, all right, but that doesn't mean it can't go up and down, slump a little bit, and come back to the bottom of the channel. I'm watching this consolidative move though for XRP, and I like what I'm seeing. If that case test comes out and they somewhat beat the SEC, which I think even if they beat the SEC, it's going to be like behind closed doors, and like they won't be able to talk about it. It's going to be something fun. They're like, we'll let you go, but you can't say anything about it. It's going to be some shady, non-disclosure or something. I don't know why, but that's just kind of how it is. So I do see a pump out of this to the upside. I see the oversold 4-hour time frame. 4-hour could make a move here to the upside. The daily looks okay too. MACD's got some movement. We had that shoulder, head and shoulder that broke to the upside, and now look, we have this support zone. Kind of need to hold that. If we hold that, we're coming further down right here to test these two areas for XRP. And I just see, I see some consolidation here. Something like that for a bigger move. If it does consolidate and we see that continue, we could get XRP to the measured move, which would take us to about 73 cents, which would be amazing. That'd be a pretty high price for XRP, considering it went to a high of like maybe 90 in the last big bull run, right? XRP back at 50 cents is actually a pretty big deal, to be honest. I hold 10,000 XRP, so let's see what happens. It's about $5,000 worth of XRP, all right? I better get dressed. You're funny, man. Thank you for being a great super chat support for the Lifer fam. And one last thing, someone wanted Luna. Luna actually looks nice. Said there's some staking going with Luna, which is creating some hype for it. That's weird, though. It got trashed. I was looking at it here, what, days ago? Oh, I was looking at Luna C. I was about to say, that doesn't make sense. I choose Luna C because it's just better. You'd be like, wow, Luna C. But it looks more bullish. It's funny, I called this flag and we pumped out. Look at that. I drew a Fibonacci on a smaller time frame here. I drew this flag for Luna, and Luna banged to the upside. Bang, bang, bang to the upside. And I believe that was in the trading group. Let's just take a look at it, because I remember seeing this and I was like, that looks cool to me. Luna C. It's funny. Reminds me of a lunatic. Or Luna C, which is, it's all lunacy out here. Well, my trading group was all over Luna for days. I did see this flag, though, and look, it went flat and then pumped to the upside. A nice gain for Luna C. Wow. 8%. 8%. Hey, 8% is better than nothing. And actually looks like it continue on the 15-minute as it broke out of this flag, too, as well. Touched the 21-day moving average and has a slight little measured move here. Probably getting a little overbought on the bigger time frames, the 1 hour. Just delete all that sauce right now. I mean, yeah, it kind of broke out of this beautiful falling wedge. You got some support here now, too, right there. And right about here. Previous resistance, we broke back above that. So what I would look for Luna C is to flag it out here. We don't know what kind of flag. It could create a more downward flag. This is my trading style. Or it could create a more consolidated flag. And we'll see what it does. Either one, it will touch the 21-day moving average before it can continue to the upside. And when it does that, then it has a little measured move here to the upside. So I'd be looking at LUNC for a possible move to the upside. And I know they asked about Luna, but Luna looks horrible, man. So, anyway. All right. As Tom gets dressed, I'm going to get undressed. How's that? Everybody, I love you. Thank you for being here. I love you. Love is the strongest frequency in the world. You can, you will, you are the best. Believe in yourself. Stay positive, and only great things can come from that. I don't care how many losses you hit. I talked to Gary Cardone yesterday. He talked about losing $140 million for a public trading company. Like he was in the sauce. And they try to say it was all our fault, but he's like, it was my fault. He took full blame. That's what he said in the interview. And he bounced back. Made one of the biggest deals of his life just 6 months later. Changed the whole game. So anything could happen to you. You got to stay positive. Had he just kind of gotten all negative and wrapped himself up in the down, he wouldn't have been able to push forward. So you got to stay positive. I don't care how many losses you've taken. Keep getting back up, and it's only going to get better for you. I love you all. Have a great night. Have a great day. I'll see you actually later on. Peace out.